What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1981 movie, Happy Birthday to Me. So, this movie is directed by J. Lee Thompson, and follows this young woman named Virginia. She goes by Jenny, and she's goes to this school and has a group of friends that they call themselves the Top 10, and her friends start getting killed off one by one throughout the movie as it gets closer and closer to her birthday. And we find out a lot of stuff that has gone on in the past with the character and stuff, and has a really crazy ending. And that's really all I'm going to say about the story, because this movie has some really good twists and turns, and has a really, really awesome twist at the end of the movie that I definitely don't want to spoil for anybody who hasn't seen it. Like this was my first time seeing it, so it completely took me by surprise. And this movie's been on my radar for a while. I've heard people talk about it a few times. I've even seen a couple reviews, and they did a really good job about not spoiling this movie for me. But I loved this movie. It was a total blast. Sorry, my phone went off. Sorry about that. I thought I had it on vibrate. But this is a really, really fun movie. Melissa Sue Anderson, who's most known for playing Mary Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie, plays Jenny. And I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie because it was one of my mom's favorite shows when she was a kid, and so we watched the reruns all the time as when I was a kid and stuff. Like, a lot of times if I was home from school, I was always watching that and The Price is Right and stuff. I always loved Little House on the Prairie. It's always been one that I've always really liked. I haven't seen the show in a while though, and watched it in a good 8 or 9 years. I need to try to find it and rewatch it sometime. But I've always loved that show, and Mary was always one of my favorite characters on there. And I had never seen Melissa Sue Anderson in any other movie that I know of. And when I saw that she was in this movie, I was like, no, that's going to be interesting. But I never expected her character to be what it was, and the way her performance has to be in this movie is amazing. She gives a really, really amazing performance in this movie, and it's really underrated. I think she did a really great job. And all the other characters are pretty good. A lot of them are kind of there to die and everything, but they're all good. And the way this movie tells the story works really well. It does go into flashbacks a lot, but it works really well, and things start to, you think things are starting to make sense, and then the end comes and everything just totally goes crazy and everything. They had a different ending that they were planning on doing, and they changed it halfway through shooting, and it's kind of noticeable, but I think they went with the better ending anyway, to be honest. I think what they did with this one worked better than their original ending, and it's a really fun slasher movie. It has a lot of great twists and turns, good kills. There are a lot of great kills in here. One that's probably the most famous is the Shish Kabob kill, which is on the poster, and a lot of the DVD and Blu-ray artworks and stuff. That's a really good kill. And there's this one that involves weight. This guy, when he's lifting weights and stuff, it makes me cringe just even thinking about it. When the killer drops the weight on his private area, it's like, oh man, it's like, it's bad enough you're fixing to make him kill himself by dropping those weights on his head. It's like that's the way to get him to do it though. But it was a brutal kill, and there was a cool kill with a motorcycle, and there's other really good ones too, and it's got some creative kills. And I think this movie's pretty underrated, although I do know I had heard praise and stuff from other fans and stuff, but I just didn't really expect to like this one as much as I did for some reason. I figured I thought it would be okay, but I got it. I had ordered it in July, hoping to have it to review on my birthday this year, and I didn't get it in the mail until the day after my birthday, so I decided just to put it in the 31 Days of Horror, and I'll probably be watching this one on my birthday every year. It's just a really fun birthday-themed horror movie, and it's a blast from start to finish, and I'm gonna try to order it on Blu-ray here pretty soon, because I want to just upgrade it already, and I can't wait to watch it again. I absolutely had a blast with it, and I just love, like I said, Melissa Sue Anderson. I've always just really liked her. I loved her on Little House, so just getting to see her in this movie was awesome, and it really shows her range and stuff. Like, she has really good range, and it's a really underrated actress. But and the score in this movie is really good too. It's done by Bo Hardwood and Lance Rubin, and they do a really great job. I think it's one of the better 80s slasher scores, which most of them have at least decent enough score. Some are really iconic, some aren't, but I think this one is a really good one, and the directing is really good. John Lee Thompson does a great job with the directing, and cinematography is pretty good too, and I just love the feel of this movie. Like, there's this dreadful atmosphere in it throughout the whole movie, and there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of red herrings that didn't see coming, and I thought that I had this story figured out. By about halfway in, it takes a little bit of a twist. I was like, okay, that's a cool twist and everything, but I didn't expect the ending twist. That part really threw me off and everything. So but yeah, so I'd say I'd give Happy Birthday to Me a 9.5 out of 10. Could drop or go up to a 10 depending on how I feel on rewatch. I'm excited to rewatch and see if I start noticing stuff that leads into that twist ending. Some movies I do on, like the movie Us. I didn't see that ending coming, but rewatching it, I see it. So I'm curious to see on this one, but I really enjoy this one. If you love 80s slasher movies, this is definitely one that I would recommend and everything. It's really great, underrated slasher classic and everything, and it's one that I look forward to watching a lot more in the future. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Happy Birthday to Me if you've seen it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.